Hello music producers, this is what the outside looks like if you do want to venture out of your dark caves at any point. That's exactly what I've done today, and in today's video I'd like to speak to you guys about Spitfire Audio. Spitfire Audio were founded by two award-winning composers, Christian Henson and Paul Thompson. When you hear or think of Spitfire Audio, you think great quality, but for a long while I thought great quality came with a great cost, especially at Spitfire Audio. I would come across these libraries that would cost hundreds of pounds, knowing full well that I wouldn't be able to afford them. I used to think that a regular casual producer like myself used to have to sell an arm and a leg to get a hold of one of their libraries. It almost felt like I was just catering only to well-established producers or composers of massive music type productions. I know they've had their free labs libraries going for a while, and although they have some great sounds in there, it didn't feel like the sounds that they put into labs was as premium as the other libraries. And then I stumbled across their originals selection. The plugin I stumbled across was this intimate piano for £29 or euros or dollars. At first I thought it was a one of a kind. I couldn't believe it. Spitfire Audio was selling plugins at $29, and that's what I planned to make this whole video around. And then I realized there's a whole catalogue of these originals type of plugins that are all only £29 or dollars or euros. So what we're going to do now is head back to the studio and find out if his piano is any good. Will it sound cheap or will it sound just as professional as their other stuff? We're going to try it out in a few different genres, but we've got to head back to the studio first. Okay, so here we are back in the studio, and in fact I have bought a couple more of these original sounds just to showcase to you guys so you can see exactly what are inside of these libraries. What we're going to do is dive into each individual plugin, flick through some of the sounds, and then I'll be making some kind of production using all of them. So the Intimate Grand Piano is a versatile up close and personal piano, expertly recorded in intimate acoustics of Castle Sound Studios in Scotland. So this is what it looks like inside of your DAW. It's kind of, if you've never had a Spitfire Audio plugin before like I haven't, it's kind of reminiscent of the Labs player, the top half anyway, and then down at the bottom you can fiddle with some of the settings. The Intimate Grand Piano comes with these presets here. All of the melodies I'll be using for this part of the video is from our brand new drum kit called Phoenix Drum Kit, which comes with some bonus melodies, and that will be the melodies we'll be using in this video. Very delicate sounding. I love hearing the hammers and the pedals, and if you don't like that kind of thing you can simply just turn them off or down. So next up is the Epic Strings string section featuring London's best players. This is what it looks like in the DAW. What I love about this one is these signals down here, the close, room and stretch. You can literally use each one as its own instrument, if that makes sense. So these are the presets you get right here. You can filter them on the left hand side if need be, but it's not a massive collection, so not really necessary to filter them in my opinion. All of the GUIs are going to be exactly the same, so no need to learn every individual one. They're pretty much the same. All of them are pretty much the same. Using the expression wheel is quite cool as well, and if you find it hard to use it whilst playing the music, you can always just automate it in whatever DAW you're using. I'm not entirely sure what this short octave one does, but it kind of makes it sound dark and diminished. I think it drops it an octave or something along those lines. I think one thing we can agree on with all of these plugins so far is that the quality is there. Like, the sounds are so rich sounding. They're kind of reminiscent of their higher quality premium Contact type of libraries. Next up is the Epic Brass and Woodwinds, dynamic brass and woods for power and punch, London's best symphonic brass and woodwind sections. 19 players recorded in the reverberant acoustics of Air Studios in London once again. This is the whole library. Doesn't come with a lot, to be honest. You get 3 brass presets and you get 3 woodwinds. This looks like less than what you had in the other kits. I might be wrong. Ooh, I like that one. It kind of sounds like some kind of like deranged circus. But I love the velocities on this as well. You tap it a little bit, then gradually woodwinds. But the store button's pretty cool. It sounds like an electric guitar. Next up we have the Media Toolkit. These are broadcast ready composing essentials. Discover the top composers' trade secrets and go-to sounds with a broad range of inspiring professional instruments. This is what it looks like. Comes with a piano, some flute effects, a guitar, a marimba, and some other sounds as well as some hits. Some flute effects. Pretty cool. I can see how that would be used in some kind of like cinematic scenario. Wow, that sounds so cool. Like, did you hear the reverse on that? I'm guessing it's got something to do with these signals down here. That hairpins sounds so cool. This would be so cool for like drill music. So in my last video I said to you guys, if you let me know in the comment section below what kind of music you're into or what kind of music you like making at the moment, and I'll give you a shout out in my next video. Well, this is that next video, and here are the people that commented. If you would like a shout out in my next video, all you have to do right now is click like on this video, and in the comment section below just comment Spitfire and I'll give you a shout out in my next video. But it is the first 20 people that comment that will get a shout out. Now let's get back into it. That frozen signal down there would make for a very, very good pad. I'm assuming these were made by hitting a computer keyboard. I'm guessing you can make some really cool percussion out of this stuff. And what I'm going to do now is take all of these plugins and try and make my own kind of production. I was going to make a couple of different kind of genres, but I think it's only fitting that I make some kind of like epic movie score type stuff. It is Spitfire Audio after all. So this is the production I've ended up making here. I shut the camera off just for time's sake. I record my videos at 4K and there'll be no way I can have that much space on my camera. But I'm going to kind of like run you through it quickly of what my thoughts were when I was making the melodies, etc, etc. So I started off with the intimate grand piano, the ambient preset, and I've been feeling D minor for a while, so we started off in D minor, and I just started off with something like this. Something along those lines. That turned into this right here. So I grabbed another preset called the soft drama just to throw some chords under there to make it sound a bit more full. Then I threw a filter on it. So for like a top melody, I used the marimba from the Media Toolkit. Then, as I sometimes do, I just pitched it up to F sharp minor from D minor. Sometimes I'd make a melody in a certain key that I'm kind of like familiar with on the piano, like A minor, C major, D minor, and E minor as well. And then I just shift it around to see what it will sound like in like other scales. I also layered that counter melody as well with this Mel-Lofi. Why does it sound like I'm saying that wrong? But this is what I layered it with anyway. Then I added a bass from the bass part in the Media Toolkit. And before I knew it, I had a cool little intro. And then I moved on to the main epic part of the production. I added some arpeggiation to it to make it sound more urgent, faster. I layered that with the live strings from Epic Strings as well. Using the same chords and arpeggiation, I used this sound here for a more top end shimmer. I used the long CS for a chord just as the first bar hits, just to give it a bit more oomph. People with headphones will have appreciated that part. Out of these plugins, the only real sub bass we had was this bass synth, so I've used that again for the main drop. And that was pretty much it for the Spitfire plugins. I've added a ton of effects that I just had lying around in general. Whilst we listen to the production, let me know in the comment section below your thoughts about these cheap Spitfire audio plugins. Is it worth the £30, dollars or euros asking price? Is there enough in these plugins to warrant that much? Or is it worth saving up over time to get one of their larger libraries? My thoughts are that these plugins sound awesome. Some libraries you kind of feel like there's not enough in there, and some libraries you feel like you have more than enough. If I had to buy just one library, I would get the Media toolkit, but these plugins are perfect if you're figuring out what plugins to buy for your first batch of plugins as a music producer, as they don't cost too much and the quality is definitely there. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below whilst we take a listen to this. So let me know how you think I did with that production. It sounded pretty epic to me. Also, let me know what you think about those Spitfire audio plugins in the comment section below. We are so close to 70,000 subscribers here on the channel. Once we hit 70,000, we're going to do a massive music producer giveaway. So let's get there sooner rather than later by smashing that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss a video. I've been Dixon, and if you do want more plugin videos, I'll leave one here, and I'll leave a random video from the channel over here. Be safe, be productive, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one.